Hello, my name is Kayla Watson, and I'm going to speak to you about the Italian culture. The Italian culture is all about family, arts, and foods. Italians are known for their family, customs, traditions, great foods, and welcoming personalities. First, I will go over if Italian culture is a high or low context culture. Then I will discuss masculinity and femininity in the Italian culture. Third, I will then discuss uncertainty avoidance within the Italian culture. Lastly, I will inform you about verbal and nonverbal cultural values of the Italian culture. Italians are considered to be a high context culture. They use a lot of physical cues and facial expressions and hand gestures when communicating. They feel as explanations are not needed during a conversation because they feel as if you should understand what is trying to be said. Italians are a very relationship-oriented culture, which helps them understand each other during a conversation. Both men and women are very passionate and emotional during a conversation. So now I'm going to talk to you about masculinity and femininity within the Italian culture. Italian children are usually taught at a very young age that winning and competition are very important. Italy is mainly a masculine society where men are highly driven and successful workers, whereas Italian women, they are supposed to focus on family and relationships rather than working. Public life is considered a male territory, whereas if home life is considered a female territory. We will now discuss uncertainty avoidance within the Italian culture. According to Hofstede Insights, Italians have a high uncertainty avoidance score. Formality is important within their culture. It also has very complicated penal and civil codes that they are supposed to follow. Italians are very emotional people who do not do well hiding their emotions during conversations. There are norms and procedures that they are also supposed to follow, but they do not always follow them. Lastly, I'm going to discuss verbal and nonverbal Italian cultural values. Italians are normally very direct and open communicators. They are eager to give advice and voice their opinions. Standing or sitting close while communicating is expected within the Italian culture. They also expect direct eye contact when speaking to one another. Being in an Italian family makes it easier to communicate with one another because they understand their own way of communicating with each other. So today I discussed why Italians are a high context culture. I also spoke to you about the femininity and masculinity of the Italian culture. Third, I went over the uncertainty avoidance of the Italian culture. And lastly, I talked about verbal and nonverbal cultural values. Just keep in mind when communicating with people that every culture has their own cues and understandings. So just make sure you just have an open mind when communicating with each other. Thank you very much. Grazie.